To reserve a one-button studio, first you'll want to log into your UF email. Once you're logged in, go to your calendar. What you're going to do is send a calendar invite to the One Button Studio. So double click under the day and time where you want to schedule a time in the studio. Once a new invite opens, give your event a title. Then you'll want to add a location. When you click in this box, you may not see the One Button Studios. So you'll want to choose Add Room, and then from these two tabs at the top, select All Rooms. And once the full list of rooms loads, you'll want to scroll to the bottom because the One Button Studios should be near the bottom. They'll be the ones that say Shafer Library 112A, 112B, 116A, One Button Studio. And as you can see here, it says that the room is free. If somebody else already scheduled the room, it would say it was busy, and then you could go back and change your date and time for making a reservation. But for now, I'll select room 116A, which is the lightboard room back by the Academic Technology Services offices. Room 112A and 112B are the One Button Studios out in the far end of the Learning Commons. So after you select the room you want, you'll press send. And shortly after, you'll receive an email saying that the room was accepted or denied. And if for some reason it was denied, you can come back in here and reopen this calendar invite and change your date and time for a day that the One Button Studio is open. If you frequently use the One Button Studios and you want to add the calendars over here for easy access to see when they're open, you can do that. While you're in OWA and still in your calendar, go up here to the top, select Add Calendar, and then From Directory. Start typing in Shafer Library, and the One Button Studios will pop up. You should see 112A and 112B, which are the studios on the far end of the Learning Commons, and then 116A, which is the lightboard room back by the ATS offices. So select the calendar you want to upload, and then press open, and it'll add the calendar over here on the side for you. Now there's none on here right now that we're getting into summer, but if we backtrack, let's say back to March, so it'll say busy, but it lets you know that the room is scheduled during these times.